Hi everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I am finally back to do another pad kill. It has been a long time since I've had a chance to do one. I've shown you a few card videos in the last several months, but have not done a pad kill in quite a while, and I really wanted to get another one done. It's also time for me to get my holiday cards out, so that's what I've been doing. By the time you see this video, they'll probably already be sent out, but that's what I was working on. I bought this collection. This is a 6x6 pad by Bo Bunny. It's called the Winter Getaway collection. I bought it at Tuesday morning, so it was probably old when I bought it, and then it's been sitting in my collection for like 3 years. But it is 36 pages, and it was 12 designs. These are the 12 designs, and then 3 pages of each design. And as you can see, I used it all up. This is all that's left. So for this, I also was very effective in my usage of the paper. So this is all of my scraps. This is all I've got. I could probably try to pull a couple more out of these papers, but like it's a lot. So that's all I have for scraps. I did pull in a couple of extra things that I'm just going to mention now before I forget. I had a gold powder, embossing powder, and I'm just going to show this one to you guys because it literally, it just doesn't have a brand. It's literally just called gold embossing powder. Oh, it's by Personal Stamp Exchange here on the side. So that's what I used for some of my sentiments and things like that. I did use a couple of stamp sets from AliExpress. These 2 stamp sets more specifically. I'm not sure these ones are still available, but if they are, and if I can find them, I will link them down below. And then the last thing I pulled in, I have this old Craft Smart Hot Buy pad. It's called Christmas Embossed, and I pulled in 2 pages from here as well. But otherwise, it was really just about using up the paper and then using up some card bases. So first off, I started out with the Show Me Your Sheetload by Call Me Crafty Al from the November 2022 edition. I saw it, and it's actually a card with like a gap in the front. So I made a modified version of that, and I started out with 12 12 cards basically that I could make out of this. Instead of using 3 sheets of paper to do each thing, I used 12. So I used 1 of each pattern to make this set, and then I just mix and match to make it all work out. So I started out, I'm just going to show you the first 6 first because I had these 6 left. These are card bases from Michaels from last season that have this plaid on the back and then also a little border around the front. So I wanted to use those up, and these are my only like super strictly Christmas cards that I made, and I put the Merry Christmas, I don't know if you can see, but they're embossed Merry Christmas on here. So I have these 6 here that I made using kind of these collection of 6 papers that I mix and match. So each card gets 5 of the 6 papers here, and then to go with it was the other half, so that's the other 6 papers, and these I embossed with Happy Holidays. Again, not sure you can tell on the camera, but these are the less Christmassy papers, and these are just regular white card bases. These are all A4 size, so 8.5, 4 1/4 by 5.5. I know what I'm talking about. And I put these paper these are embossed papers. I've used some of the red and some of the tan, which were the 2 12 by 12 sheets I pulled. So this is the other set of 6 of this design. So that was the 2022 Show Me Your Sheetload sorted. But while I was looking, I also saw she did a 6x6 sheetload in 2020, in November of 2020 as well. So I also used the Call Me Crafty Al sheetload from November 2020. And again, I pulled using all 12 papers, and then I made a set of 12 cards. These are all stamped with the Happy Holidays. Because I kind of had a square left, I ended up just cutting there was like a 2-inch strip left over when I cut down to 4 inches on each sheet. So I just cut like a 2x2 square. So I added a little snowflake so that it would actually kind of fill up the space a little bit more. But I did this set of 12. All of them say Happy Holidays. They're all embossed. I tried to keep so that there's kind of a mixture in terms of how Christmassy they are. Not everybody we send cards to celebrates Christmas. So wanted to make sure that they're a little bit more non-denominational. Also, I have some family members who really want Christmas themed cards. So kind of a mix there. At that point, you saw in my scraps, I took 2 6x6 pages and I cut out a bunch of trees and snowflakes using my Cricut, which I had actually bought while I was making this. And I outlined most of them with this gold metallic Sharpie, just so that they would stick out a little more. So I started with the leftover 2-inch strips that I talked about before, and then used some other scrap strips here as well, and then just stuck either a tree or a star here. So I made a few of these. This one I added a few extra snowflakes just to make it extra cute. Same with this one. And then this one has both a tree. Oh, this one actually belongs to over here. That makes sense. Okay, so I had this set of 4 that were kind of like the leftovers of this design. I do want to note, across the board, all of these cards have some scraps on the inside. I used up all the scraps by putting things on the inside. I definitely could have made a few more card covers, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I just didn't. And then I took my last design, still using these trees and the snowflakes and the strips that go across, but I cut it so that I had a 4 by 5 1/4 card base, and then I also had this 2-inch wide strip that would go on here, and then added the additional layers here. So I made a set of 12 of these as well. I think 12. Nope, 10 of these. Kind of just to make sure these don't have any sentiments on them, but I can write things on the inside, so that's not really a concern. So this is kind of my set of designs in the end. I will just kind of stick them here so that you can see the 4 different kinds of designs. But I do love how it turned out. I think it turned out super cute. You can't even see some of these. I'm doing my best. But I think they turned out cute. It was fun to do a couple of the sheetload sets as well and kind of bulk make some cards relatively quickly. It was fun to pull back out my embossing set and be able to do this kind of like glittery, shiny finish. So I'm definitely excited about that. And it got me, I think in the end, 38 cards is my final count on these. So definitely got a good amount of cards done. This should cover me for what I need for at least this card giving season. It might also cover me for part of next card giving season. I don't send out as many cards as I used to, but at least it'll cover me this one, which is really the key that I'm feeling right now. So that's all I really have for today. As always, please like and subscribe below. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Also, let me know, do you make your holiday cards or do you buy store-bought? No shame either way. I just kind of want to know what you're doing and how many people like making their holiday cards. Probably a lot of you do since you're watching this video. And then also follow me on Instagram at Creative Life of Liz. You can see my card making adventures and my other crafting adventures. Now that I have a Cricut, I'll definitely be playing with that a lot, I think, in the coming months, as well as what's going on in my planning life, what's going on in other parts of my life, what I'm reading, all of that good stuff. And until next time, bye.